Welcome back to Super Sentai Review episode 303. We are here reviewing the final 3 episodes of Hurricaneger. By the way, I'm also doing another Sentai video right after this one, but that's discussing the first 2 episodes of a series. I'll mention the name of it at the end of this video. So, these 3 episodes are the end of the series. 49 picks up right where 48 leaves off, while everybody's grieving over the death of Lady Gorza. Hurricaneger makes it hard because, well, he's been with her a long time. And we finally reveal who the heck he is. He was a deserter from the Hyatt Academy who joined up with Lady Gorza, who lost his face and his name just to become Hurricaneger. Now, why in the world was he chosen? They don't go into that. By the way, this is really a flashback, mind you. So, it's kind of weird that we revealed this in the third to last episode of Hurricaneger. A great character he is. We had potential tease of who he could be. But then it's like, he's nobody. I'm like, what? Seriously. By the way, they mentioned the whole deserter thing as an offhand comment by the headmaster, like, oh, you remember the deserter? It's like, yeah, I remember it was taboo. And that was it. I'm like, what? Seriously. And it kind of confirms to that deserter is, in fact, Hurricaneger. And apparently, they find that it turns out he actually used to be a sky ninja. Bless you. As in the same type as Hurricane Red. So he could have been a Hurricane Red. But he deserted just to join her. Which it's not explicitly revealed why he was chosen. It's like, okay, and then we have him fight Sakura where they have the final battle. Like, okay, so we apparently the it we're discussing here has been going on mentioning since first episode 18. It's known as the evil will, and what exactly it wants other than a bit. So Sakura needs to gather some negative energy, basically anger and depression. And we see briefly Nanami's manager and Yosuke's boss. Like, oh, I need to train a new recruit, and of course they basically pass out. Hurricaneger being very angry, yes, angry, fights basically fights for quite a while, and then Satoru, the man who practically killed Lady Gorza, Hurricaneger basically is alone, fights him, and gets wounded, but survives. But we do see, and of course villains don't notice this, one of his 1,000-hit baseballs managed to get inside of this special backpack that Sakura basically had. Also, his mask is destroyed. And we finally see what he looks like without the mask on. He apparently, the reason he wears a mask, because he has third eye on his forehead. That's the reason why for that. They're like, how dare you destroy my mask? So I'm going to go giant size. And then Hurricaneger wants them to basically go to the centipede to stop them using the 2 medals that they have. So they fly there in the Red Hawk. Yeah, the Zord that belongs to Yosuke, yeah. 5 Rangers in 1 Zord cockpit. Must be very cramped, especially with a beautiful woman like Nanami there. So Hurricaneger basically fights him, and then his thing blows up. We see a close-up of basically Sakura looking inside of his cockpit, and then we confirm here, Hurricaneger dies, along with Sakura. Though I'll get to more of him in a bit. But yeah, Hurricaneger's gone. And then, like, the very next episode, Satoru, so it's like we basically remake the boss, Dutch, I think his name is, the guy who's made back at the series. He gets remade, and then Satoru basically stabs him in his third eye, and then apparently reveal what the evil wants to do. Unleash this gigantic, basically this black hole in the sky to consume the planet. I'm like, that's different for Sentai. So, the body of the villain gets dragged in. So, and of course also they need to, well, retrieve the raging arrow. So, they pick up the grieving bow, and of course they fly there in the main mech. By the way, Satoru was killed in episode 50. Yeah, when the Gal Rangers basically sacrifice themselves and their mech, supposedly. And then, of course, the Hurricaneger base gets basically demolished, thanks to all the crazy that happening, and of course Over supposedly dies and supposedly Headmaster. So it's like, yeah, just 3 main ninjas left. So they go in, and of course they try to get it, but then Evil tries to stop them. Of course, they fire the Raging Arrow, and of course they supposedly destroyed the Evil Will, and then we see that the boss has returned back to normal size. He is destroyed thanks to return of the Gal Rangers, and it's also Obero survived in episode 51. Yeah, and of course they do this special unmorphed introduction where they have the 3 main Hurricanes take out their jackets and do their famous pose, unmorph, and then they morph finally. With the Gal Ranger. And then it's revealed, oh, Obito did survive, and the Headmaster's returned back being human. First time in episode 1. Somehow, somebody they returned back being human. And then, they beat the bad guy, and that's it. You think, series over. Nope. At least this one, basically, like the 80s when it's does abruptly stop right after the bad guy is destroyed. Look, sunset. Nope. They actually have supposed to graduate. So, how, these people are late for the graduation ceremony. So they apparently all ponder. They're all outside. It feels like basically, with the exception of the Guardian Peter, it feels like bit of basically just rehashing the pilot episode of this one. Interesting. And of course, the Headmaster's like, you can't graduate until you get diplomas from me. So basically, they all fight him, and they take out diplomas, and they all graduate. And what happened out of them? Well, Koda is still a physical therapist. And his sister has returned for her final appearance ever in the Super Sentai. Because she never returns after this. Nope. Never does. Not any reunions or team-ups. Nope. Does not. Nanami, her career has basically skyrocketed. Yosuke is still a temp worker. The Gal Rangers are construction workers still. And of course, the Hurricaneger and he's basically buried. And before he died, he gave the Hurricanegers his special ball they used to morph. And that's alongside Lady Gorzen's sword. And that's the series. Yeah, Hurricaneger was really good. I thoroughly enjoyed it. So, my final thoughts on Hurricaneger. Damn good series. Had a lot of fun reviewing it. I didn't think any villains were bad per se. Not really. I know what I wasn't really a fan of was Sakura. He basically was just over-top comedy. But I did enjoy his last episode. Oh, I forgot to mention this. Before the boss comes back, we have all 7 spears briefly get revived for one scene. Also, I forgot to mention this too. We have a scene where Red Hawk when they smash into the centipede, and then of course he's about to be remade, and then of course when we have the Hurricanegers, the 5 of them, break into the strategy room. I'm like, when was the last time this happened in any Ranger history? Now you might be thinking, when was the last officially this ever happened? Where in the finale, where the Rangers actually go to the base and they break and they go straight into the strategy room where everyone's plot all their plots of the entire series. You're probably thinking, did it happen in Power Ranger? Not really per se. Mostly the mentor and a kid was in there. Time Ranger, no. Go-Go 5, this happened toward the end of the series, but not in the finale. You're thinking, okay, what about Gangaman? Nope. Mega Ranger? Nope. O-Ranger? Nope. How about Kaka Ranger? They did it toward the end of the first base they had in the series, but not the last one. Okay. Die Ranger. Yep. That was actually the last time officially they ever actually went to the main villain's base. In Sentai at this point, where the whole team goes to the main base they use with the whole series. Well, the Gora Palace they didn't use a lot of that one, but I do count that one. Yeah, the Heisei era is I can tell at this point, it seems like that's not as big a thing to do like it was during the Showa era. And here's the thing, it happened all the Showa series except for Dynaman, where he had the Rangers break into the villain's base in the finale. Where, in the case of Heisei era, did it happen with Turbo Ranger? Yes. Five-Man, yes. Jetman, they kind of did, but not the main strategy room, so I don't count that one. Zoolanger, yes. Die Ranger, yes. And after Die Ranger, like, it didn't happen again until this very series. I thought this was so cool seeing this. Now you might be asking this question. This has happened in the next last three Sentai you have to cover for the 2000s? I don't know, because I haven't watched that far yet. I'll probably watch them soon. But the next one aired after this was Outrage. But I'm not going to watch the one just yet. But the next one I'm going to discuss is going to be Go Busters. Yep. I already watched the first episode, discuss next. But yeah, Hurricaneger was really good. Though for some reason, when they show up later on and they're like all connected, though I'm going to talk about the Hurricaneger versus Outrage when we get to it. But it seems like by the time we get to the 10th anniversary, like all these crossover events that happen after the events of the series, yeah, they're all ignored. For no reason. I will discuss some more Hurricaneger later, but not right now. The plan was initially to do the Hurricaneger versus Outrage movie, but I figured I want to do that while I'm watching Outrager, which makes a lot of sense to do. And after I finish that, then I'll work on the Hurricaneger tribute in Gokaiger, and then work on the 10 years later. I was also planning on covering the 20 years later movie, but that's not going to happen either until I get to Diamond Riders. Yep. Excuse me, I figured that would be a good point to discuss this. So, for the very next episode, it's going to be Go Busters. But, yeah, Hurricaneger's done. Completely done. So, with this one done, for the 2000s, there are three left. Alba Ranger, Deca Ranger, and Magic Ranger. So, you'll find out what Sentai I'm doing next after Go Busters when I finish it up. But what episode we're going to do a break with that one, you'll find out and see. Okay? Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, turn notifications, and do not hit that like button. Okay? Next video. Bye.